Hello everyone, I welcome you to my YouTube channel Professor Civil Mandal, and today I have brought you a new lecture series that is on application of ArcGIS in civil engineering. So in this lecture series we are going to discuss the application of the software ArcGIS, and it's regarding how we can use this software ArcGIS towards various civil engineering aspects in solving various problems of civil engineering. So in this particular video, this is the first video of the lecture series, and here we will be giving a basic introduction of the ArcGIS and what is all about, what all we are going to do in this ArcGIS software. So before going into ArcGIS, let us talk what is GIS. GIS basically stands for Geographic Information System. As you know, we use it in many fields, like for example we use GPS, but that's not exactly what it is, but this is GIS. This is Geographic Information System, which basically is a system which creates, manages, analyzes and maps all types of data. Like there will be some data regarding some field, there will be some data regarding some place or a region, and with the help of this data, like maybe it's a temperature data, maybe it's some soil moisture data, that data which is available to us, that can be analyzed or can be studied with the help of this thing known as GIS, that is Geographic Information System. So the following are the benefits of the GIS, that is it has a greater efficiency, like better to go into the field, like for example I need temperature data for some place, for some study. One thing I can do, I can always keep some gauges which are available at which is very costly, which is available in the market, and we can install it in some places where we want to study. But again, that will be a bit tedious process, as we have to involve ourselves in the field actually. But whereas when you are using GIS, you need not to go into the field. That's why we can work with it in our office, in our system, and thus we can show some greater efficiency, as we can work on everything in it. Like suppose if I am using some gauges, like these gauges will be installed in some particular points, but when I am seeing through the GIS point of view, I am taking care of everything. So it has a greater efficiency. It is economical, as I need not to install any devices. For example, I said for the temperature gauges, where I have to install gauges. Without installing gauges also, I can just simply sit in my system, get some satellite data, and I can work on the temperature. So this is how it is economical. And thus it helps in making an improved decision making. So the decision making process becomes improved as we are sitting in our system. The calculations are all done in our system rather than going into the field, and hence it is an improved way of decision making system. And we also have a better communication system with the help of GIS, and also we get the facility of keeping records. The record keeping has been a good benefit for us through the help of GIS. So before talking about GIS also, I would just simply talk, I would just like to simply want to talk about remote sensing process. In this diagram you can see the remote sensing process being nicely described, and here there is some sunlight which is some source of energy, and whenever this energy comes, it gets reflected from the atmosphere and also from the earth features which are available on the surface of the earth. So this reflected energy is again caught by some satellite. In my comment section you can name some satellites which you know. You can write the name of the satellites which you know, and if you know the purpose, you can also write the purpose of each satellite in the comment sections. This is just like a task for you. Okay, so back to the topic. This reflected energy is taken up by the satellite, and the satellite then gives it back to the antenna receiver, where after which, receiving the signals, a computer analysis can be done. Basically the GIS process begins over here whenever our computer analysis begins. So there is some brief information about ArcGIS. It is basically a family of client, server and online geographic information system. So basically us, we are the clients, we will be working on something, we will be needing something to work, and there will be some server which will be providing us the information or the data that we want to work on, and all of it is an online geographic information system, and it is developed and maintained by this company known as ISRI. This software ArcGIS was first released in 1999 as ArcInfo, and it was basically a command line based GIS system for manipulating the data. So basically it was a command line program initially, and it was known as the ArcInfo. Later on it merged into the ArcGIS desktop, which was eventually superseded by ArcGIS Pro in 2015. ArcGIS Pro is basically an online platform, and ArcGIS desktop is what we will be working on in this course. Mostly we will be working mostly in the ArcGIS desktop. I can show you briefly how the ArcGIS desktop looks like. Here it is. This is the user interface of ArcGIS desktop. There are a few options as you can see, and there are many more options which we can add and do and work in over here. There is one option known as Arc Toolbox, and it will be providing me a menu, and there are these so many functions which we can do, and apart from this we can do many more. So let's get back to the topic. So this was all about our ArcGIS. So let us talk about the functions of ArcGIS. It can create map that require categories organized as layers. There will be some maps that will be organized in some layers. The data will be organized in layers that we will be coming in to know as and when we will be working in with it. Each layer is registered spatially so that when they are overlaid one on top of another, and each data is registered spatially and they are overlaid one on top of other. It's basically like a stack of data. And there are vector and raster images. Mostly we will be dealing with the raster images in our due course, but I'll talk about both vector and raster images. Vector image consists of the point, line and polygon. This is basically an anchor dots and connected by lines and curve. It's just simply a mathematical curves and lines. So like whatever diagram, whatever we can make with the whatever image we can make with the help of some simple drawing of point, line and polygon, and anchoring them, like we can draw some dots and we can anchor them with some line, and thus we get a system of dot, lines and polygons. This is basically a vector image. And then again there is raster image, which is made up of pixels or tiny dots that use color and tone to produce the image. Like whenever you are clicking one photo with your phone, if you zoom it as much as you can, you will see there will be fine small square like structures that are forming the basic unit of the image, and these structures uniquely represent some different color and tone. So similar is the raster image. It is made up of pixels, and each pixel is denoting some particular information. Maybe it's a color, maybe it's some data, maybe it's a digital number. It can be anything. So pixels are more prominently visible when the image is zoomed in or enlarged. So there will be one diagram which will this figure will be giving you a basic clarified idea about what is a vector image and what is a raster image. Vector image, as you can see, it is a connection of lines and dots, and whereas raster image, it is made up of so many small squares. These are known as the pixels. Pixel is basically a basic unit of an image which represents a particular tone or a color or some particular information. And this is a better view, like a vector image will be like this, and a raster image will be made up of many pixels, square shaped pixels, and thus the final image will look like this. In our case, we will be studying mostly the raster images in this ArcGIS. We will be working mostly with the raster images. And finally, let's discuss about some of the applications of ArcGIS in civil engineering background. So like designs can benefit from past failures by combining 3D GIS map with standard design methodologies. Like 3D GIS maps can be combined with some designs which we want to study. Like we civil engineers mostly are based upon many designs. So whatever design we want to study, we can combine it with 3D GIS maps. that will be helpful for us to make the design more rightfully and according to the geographic condition of that place. Environmental information about the land, water resources, and other natural elements can be done with the help of ArcGIS. Like what kind of topography that land is having, what are the resources of water that are available in it, how the river flow is taking place, what is the stream flow map of that particular place, what is the hillshade of that area. All this can be done with the help of ArcGIS, and also we can study the traffic flow trends with the help alongside the growth of the population, and everything can be represented on a single map. These things are done with the help of ArcGIS, because ArcGIS works mostly with the data. Data can be of any type, and as we can have traffic flow data, we can have population data, we can easily combine these things. So it is also very useful for the traffic or the transportation engineers. And also hydraulic and hydrologic modeling can be integrated with GIS programs to give a complete examination of water utility systems. So as we know that there are many hydrological models, like some rainfall runoff model, which can be studied and integrated along with ArcGIS. Suppose what amount of precipitation a catchment is receiving, and what will be the rainfall output, or the what will be the discharge in the rivers because of that rainfall event, or how is there any chance of occurrence of any flood. All this modeling can be done in ArcGIS with the help of ArcGIS. So this is what we are going to study in this course, and I will be bringing you many such small videos which will be giving you tutorials about many functions in ArcGIS that can be helpful for solving civil engineering problems. This was all about my lecture for the first introductory lecture of these applications of ArcGIS in civil engineering. I hope you will be liking this video. If you like this video, please do not forget to hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, please do not forget to click the subscribe button, as your subscription means a lot to me and it gives me more motivation. And with subscribing to this channel, you can also learn more about the different types of videos related to civil engineering which I keep on posting, and there will be many such playlists that will be available for your benefit. Thank you and have a good day.